Holy cow, guys, we just did $120,000 in sales over the last 30 days. And in this video, I wanna break down the exact steps that we took from start to finish so you can replicate it too, so you can help more people with your skills and get paid well at the same time. Now, the strategy I'm gonna share with you hasn't just worked for me. It's worked for my clients like Brooks, who has an online fitness coaching business that does over $40,000 a month and has amassed a very large following in the process. Or Dr. Kate Davis, who used this strategy and went from $0 to $10,000 a month in just 2 months. Or even Tyler, who's a running coach who went from $6,000 a month to $40,000 a month in 6 months. So I'm really excited to share this with you because it's been working really well for me and my clients. But before I get into it, I really gotta give you the full context story of how I came upon this. And that story started a decade ago. It started when I was a sophomore in college and I picked up Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek. If you haven't read this book, I highly recommend it. Inside the book, he talks about this concept called the new rich, okay? And here's the definition straight from the book. The new rich are those who abandon the deferred life plan and create luxury lifestyles in the present using the currency of the new rich, time and mobility. Now, in the book, he talks about creating a digital business that gives you time, financial, and geographical freedom. So rather than waiting till you're 55 or 65 to retire, you can create a business now, especially in 2024, that really serves you and your life, that allows you to take travels and trips in the middle of the year. So instead of waiting till you're older and not mobile anymore, really, like not in the best shape physically, you can enjoy life now and have a business that works for you. So immediately when I picked up this book 10 years ago, I started building. I started creating content. I started showing up on social. I started networking. I just started putting myself out there. And guys, it wasn't like a walk in the park. I want to share this because I think when people think that when they're going to start a business, it's going to be so easy. And it wasn't like that for me, right? There were times where when I first started creating content, I would get mad at the camera. I'd scream, I'd cuss, I'd make a big scene. And I just stopped recording that day. And there were some times I got so frustrated that I wouldn't even post for a week or two, right? And I would delete the Instagram from my phone. All of that is normal, to feel that feelings of overwhelm. What kept coming up for me was that I want to create a business that gives me time, financial, and geographical freedom. So I'm not giving up, okay? I'm not giving up. From the time I picked that book up, it took me about 5 years to crack the code and make my first $10,000 month from online coaching, okay? That happened around 2019, 2020. And then another 4 to 5 years later, right now, present day 2024, I hit my first $100,000 month from my online business. Now, I want to really hone this in and set the expectation that this stuff takes time, okay? It takes time. What I'll share with you in this video is going to cut the amount of time at least in half. If not, my goal would be for a quarter. But if you want to have a successful business, it's going to take time. It's going to take consistency. And it's going to take commitment for the long haul, okay? And if you're trying to make money by sacrificing yourself for a short period so that you can get money, and then once you get the money, you're not going to do this anymore, then this video is not for you. But if you want a sustainable business that's going to give you time, geographical, and financial freedom to live the life you really want to live and help a lot of people in the process, this video is for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to transition over to my computer, and I've got a very simple 5-step process that I followed to hit my first 100K month. And it's the same process that I give all the clients that we work with from start to finish of how do I actually get more online coaching clients. Okay, so let's go ahead and transition over to the computer. Okay, so I've got a Google Doc up here, and it's titled How I Built a 7-Figure Online Coaching Business. Okay, and I've got 5 distinct stages. Stage number 1 is self-discovery, okay? Self-discovery. This is when you're making $0 and you have no clients. Everyone has to hit this phase and do this phase first. We can't skip to the part where we've got 100 clients, okay? Now, the key traits of this stage are you have to develop a high-income skill that solves a specific problem. For me, when I started, it was providing online health and fitness coaching I actually I was in strength and conditioning. So you can see my shirt, weightlifting. So I helped athletes get stronger. That was the problem that I solved. And I got really good at it. And the way that I got really good at it is by becoming an expert. I spent 1 to 2 hours a day learning and experimenting on myself. Okay, I tried different techniques, I tried different progressions, I tried different supplementation, I tried different diets. I would try anything, right? Because I'm my ideal client, because I like weightlifting, right? So I would test it all on myself first, right? And the same thing is going to apply if you're a business coach, if you're a life coach. It doesn't really matter. I'm using the example of strength and conditioning because that's what I did, but you have to do the same thing, right? So if you want to be a mindset coach, great. You have to develop the skill of being a mindset coach. You have to become the expert. You have to spend hours a day practicing and learning that skill. Okay. Then once you've learned it and you've practiced on yourself, the next level of this is getting experience. Now, you might hate me when I say this, but one of the best ways to get experience is by working for others. When I started my online fitness coaching business, I was working in a gym to get experience, like just a normal gym. I was at Duke's campus gym. I worked at a CrossFit gym coaching weightlifting. I also worked for another online strength and conditioning coach. So I essentially had 3 jobs of working for other people to get experience, while I was also taking on some of my own private clients. Okay. But it's really important to get that experience first, because if you don't have that experience, it's really hard for you to build a business that you're confident in. Okay. So if you're not there, that's okay, but get the experience first. So you can do that by working for others, which is what I did. You can work for free. Okay. So really easy to get experience is to get 5 or 10 people and say, hey, I want to do this thing. Can I coach you for free? Okay. Now I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, I got to charge what I'm worth. If you don't have any experience, you're not worth anything. Okay. There's nothing that you can charge for. You need experience before you can charge. So go work with people for free. Okay. Put your ego aside and go work with people for free. Okay. Next is working at a discount. Again, during the stage when you're just trying to get experience, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people charge, or it doesn't matter. You're not in a place where you can scale where profit matters. It doesn't matter. You have to learn the skill. It's part of the self-discovery stage. Okay. You can't skip this stage. You cannot skip this stage. If you're not good at your craft, no one's going to pay you and you're going to have a hard time selling it. Okay. So that's the harsh reality of it. But it's also the beautiful part is that there is no urgency in this stage, right? There shouldn't be. You should ideally have like a part-time job or a full-time job as you're exploring this. If you just quit your job and you're in this stage, you're going to be struggling. Okay. So stage 1, self-discovery. You know, you've completed this when you've served, let's say like 5 or 10 people for free, or you've done enough work working for others that you feel confident in your ability to get the result. Okay. Confident. Okay, now that leads us to stage 2. Stage 2, after you have done your learning and self-discovery phase, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to outreach to your immediate network. Okay, this is going to help you get your first 5 clients. Okay, cool part of this, you don't really need to post on social media to do this. Instead, all you need to do is reach out to your friends, family, and peers, because they're going to be your first clients. And all you're going to do is you're going to ask them for market research. Okay. Market research is an opportunity for you to ask prospects about their problems. You can get clear on the words that they use, and that can influence your marketing. Okay. Because we want to create content around what people actually are saying and the problems they have, not just, I think this is cool, I'm going to go create content on it. So what you can do for those first couple clients is you can invite them to market research calls. Okay. When I get started with this, like a brand new offer, I go ham on this, because if I can book a bunch of market research calls, I know from statistically that just what I've found is that about half of the people that I can get on market research calls are interested in coaching. So if I can book 20 market research calls, that'll lead to 10 sales calls. And let's just say, this is my first time ever selling this, and I'm selling at like 30%. Okay. That means if I get 20 market research calls, I book 10 sales calls, I close 3 sales. Okay. It's kind of like working back numbers wise. So I go ham with this, right? I go ham. I send 20 to 40 messages a day. I look through my friends on Facebook, my Instagram followers, my phone list, my email list, like anything that I can possibly look for. I might even look for old friends on Instagram or on Facebook, friend them, and then send this message, right? It's really important to be scrappy in this stage. You don't have budget for marketing for any of that stuff. Okay. So here's the message I want you to send. You can send this copy and paste. Okay. Hey, name, I'm putting together a coaching program for insert demographic or niche to insert result. Before I promote it, I'm looking to do market research for my social media. I was curious, do you know any insert demographic who would be willing to answer a few questions for me? In exchange, I'd love to offer free coaching in return. Okay. So that's all you need to send. Okay. You send that 20 to 40 of those a day. You're going to get a certain amount of them who are going to directly raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested. I would love to help you out with this. Thank you. And the majority won't respond. Okay. Just letting you know, they won't respond. So what you're going to do is the next day, you're just going to go on your phone and you're going to send that person an audio message. Hey, Billy, just want to follow up from the message I sent you yesterday. I hope you're doing well. I'm not sure if you had a chance to look at that message from yesterday, but would really love to be connected with anybody that you know in this space. Done. Okay. It's like 30 seconds or less. Don't do it longer than that. But that allows them to pop back up to the top of their message. And an audio message is just going to show them that you're a real human and that you are not a bot, and this message wasn't copy and pasted to everyone. You sent them a personal message. Okay, do that. I guarantee you that will double your booking rate. Okay, so that's all you're going to do for market research. At the end of the market research call, I've got another training on this, so it'll be linked somewhere around here. But at the end of the market research call, all you do is just say, hey, I really enjoyed this call. Thank you so much for your help. Out of curiosity, are you looking for support with this? Because if so, let's set up another call and I can walk you through what this offer is going to look like in more detail. And if they say, yeah, let's do it, then you just booked a sales call. Okay. You booked a sales call. And typically what I'll do with that, like, because I did say I want to do free coaching in return, is that I'll bonus them some months to the coaching program that I normally sell. So if I sell a 3-month coaching program, I'll bonus a full month because they helped me with market research. Okay. If they say no, be like, all right, cool. Well, I'd still love to book that coaching call with you to give you more support. So that's kind of how I triage it. Okay, up next. Once we've done the market research, this should, again, if you book 20 of these calls, you should get 5 clients. After we do that, let's say that we got 3 clients and we still need those 5. What we can do here is we can transition to a beta launch. Now, for this, all we're going to do is publicly promote, hey, I've got 5 spots available for coaching that are 30 to 50% off. And we're just going to promote that publicly. Again, like right now, it doesn't matter how much you charge because you just need more experience. And you need those first couple clients to get testimonials and get referrals. So you just promote, hey, I've got 5 spots at 30 to 50% off this week only. To claim this, just DM me this word, right? Or to learn more, just DM me this word. And then you just promote that for 1 to 2 weeks until all the 5 spots are taken. I like pairing both of these up together. And I find that if I pair them both up together, I can get 5 to 10 clients if I'm aggressive with this. Okay. If I'm aggressive with this, like very important, you're not being pushy. You're building something that's going to help a lot of people and you want other people to be part of that. Okay. And the last little tip here is as you're doing both of these, the market research and beta launch, ask your friends and family to promote this and share it on their socials. Okay. If you're doing a beta launch and you make a post saying, I've got 5 spots, ask your friends and family to repost that, to share it across their channels, because what that's going to do is it's going to get more eyeballs on your offer. Okay. Friends and family want to see you succeed, especially when you're getting started, right? So ask them for support. Ask them for support. And you can also ask them to promote market research. Hey, my son's looking for 5 women to do some market research with. Here's what it's about. Just message us this word or comment below and we'll send you some more details. Simple. Important if you do ask someone to post for you, tell them exactly what you want. Okay, exactly what you want. Okay, so that's stage 2. All right, we outreach to our immediate network, what's going to help us get at least our first 5 clients. All right, next up, stage 3. Once you've done that, now it's time to post on social media. Okay. Most coaches or just like newer entrepreneurs get this wrong. They do this first. They're like, I got to start posting on social, but they don't have an offer. They don't have experience and they don't have any clients yet. They're doing it all backwards. You need an offer and some clients, then you can get on social media and talk more about your offer. Okay. I promise you, that's the way to do it. Okay. Because if not, you'll just spend a shit ton of time making content on social media that no one's going to consume, and it's not going to lead you to more clients. Okay. So wait on this. Okay. Wait on this, especially if you do market research. You're going to get all the information you need to create better content. Okay. So during this stage itself should get you from, if let's say in the market research stage, you got your first 5 clients. This will get you from 5 to 10 clients. Okay, so this is gonna help you double your client load. And this stage itself typically takes about 90 days. Okay, it takes about 90 days. What you're gonna do is you're gonna pick one platform and you're gonna show up and post content daily, okay? What you're gonna create is you're gonna create content that shares your story, okay? It's really important for this one to be vulnerable with the content you create because you wanna connect with your ideal clients and the emotions that they're feeling. So the only way you can do that is by saying, hey, I was there too, right? Let's say I'm doing weightlifting again. Hey, there was a time, and like for me, I know there was a story at which one time I hurt my low back and it prevented me from training, right? So I can share vulnerably about that experience. And I can share about how I felt when I couldn't pick up a barbell. And then after I kind of share the vulnerable pieces, at the end of it, I say, here are the 3 things that I did that got me back under a barbell and hitting PRs again. And then I include value, okay? So it's really important, again, to be vulnerable to show that you're a human and you're not perfect. Because we as humans attach to and want to connect with those people, okay? We don't want to connect with someone who's perfect. I can't relate to that, okay? So you want your content to share your story. You want to provide actionable tips, right? 3 to 5 things that they can do and take away and use immediately to start getting results so they come back for more of your content or they share it with friends. And then lastly, we want to follow trending topics. And when I'm saying trending topics, what I mean here, I'm not saying, like pointing and dancing silliness or memes or any of that, is we want to find topics that have already been proven to get a lot of reach. To give you an example, I was just working with a client yesterday who's in the gut health space. And we went on TikTok to do some just research of what content is doing well. And the content that does the best was when they used poop. Yes, poop, human feces, as the hook, right? Whether it was fake poop, like literally legit, like fake poop models, or if they just used that word in the hook, their content got way more views than talking about gut health or talking about digestion or bloating or gassiness. Like that just performed better. So I'm not saying every piece of content needs to have that in it because that's probably not the content you want to do, right? But having an element of something that's already proven and working well makes your content idea process so much smoother because you don't have to create something from scratch. You can create something that already is proven and is already working. Okay. So that's one part of this stage. The other thing you want, which is honestly, I think is more important, is having a content system. Okay. When I say content system, what I mean by this is that you have a process that you follow every single week so that you can stay consistent with your content. Generally, for me, and when I help my clients, what this looks like is we will block off time on a calendar every single week. We'll block off 1 to 2 hours to research content ideas. We'll block off another 1 to 2 hours to make the content. Right now it's Tuesday. Every Tuesday I'm recording YouTube videos, okay? And then we're gonna block off 1 to 2 hours a week to schedule the content. I use a platform called Later, and it works really well for me. I come in there every single Sunday. I write my captions. I schedule them for the week. I still auto post them, but I have it all written and done going into the week. Okay. This is really important because we need this system content to be a predictable engine that is always going to function with or without us. This is one of the biggest things that I see most coaches or entrepreneurs really struggle with is they create content when they're inspired. But if they don't have more content, they stop producing. And if they stop producing, guess what? Their lead volume and sales volume also drops. Okay. So we want to have a system. And that's why I said this stage takes 90 days is that it's going to take you time to figure out how do I block this stuff off and make a system to where I'm not relying on my motivation to create content. Okay. Stage 3, the last part of this is learning how to book calls in the DMs. Okay. All the new followers that you get from your content, reach out to them. All the people who are engaging in your content, liking it, sharing it, commenting, reach out to them. Okay. This is the quote unquote secret to online sales is most sales now are done in the DMs. Most sales are done on social media platforms, not as much so on landing pages, on funnels. That stuff comes, but not at this stage. Not at this stage. This stage is all about networking, grassroots, and really connecting with your followers. Okay. So here's a very simple script that you're going to follow. When someone follows you, you're going to first connect with them. This could be around like the location they live in, people you guys follow together, the action that they took previously. So it could be they followed you. Hey, Thank you so much for the follow. Just checked out your account and gave you a follow back. Ask a question, right? And it could be, what do you do for work, right? And then let's keep going off that thread. Oh, I'm an accountant. I own my own accounting practice. Oh, that's great, right? Then I'm going to transition to my expertise. Oh, great. I bet you that keeps you busy. Are you able to make any time to still go to the gym, right? Or how do you make time to go to the gym? But something like that, right? And they'll be like, yeah, kind of, but it's been kind of a struggle for me recently. Oh, okay. Well, tell me more about that. Like, what are you trying to do? Why are you going to the gym? Well, what are your goals, right? And we want them to share their goals, right? Once they share their goals, we got to discover what they're doing to get there. Gotcha. So what I heard is you're trying to lose 20 pounds. That's a huge goal. Congratulations on taking that step forward. Now, what are you currently doing to get there? They'll tell you. Nice. Now, how's that working for you, right? That's a very simple question. How's that working for you? Because when we're in these DM conversations, the only time we can help somebody is if they need help, right? And what they're doing right now is not working. How's that working for you? Oh, dude, it's really not working. Oh, it's not working. Okay, cool. Well, then that gives us an opportunity to reach out, right? So it's like, gotcha. Well, I found a really successful way that's helping our clients a lot recently, and they go from here to here in this time period. And I love to share that with you, to kind of give you some ideas that might help you. Are you open to connecting, learning more about that? And they're like, yeah, that sounds great. Cool. Boom. You want to hop on a call later this week? Boom. Invite them to a call, right? Like you got to have that process dialed in. What I really like for this last one here though is we don't want to be like too direct and saying, "Oh, I can help you. Let's hop on a call," because that can trigger some sales resistance. But what you can do instead is inviting them to discover a new or better way to get the result that they're trying to achieve, right? So if they tell you, right here, what are they doing? Oh, I'm trying intermittent fasting. Is that working? It's okay. You'll be like, yeah, I haven't seen, here's an example for this one. Yeah, I haven't seen that really work for the majority of people that we work with, but we do have a strategy that's working really well. I'd love to share with you. You down to connect more? I'd love to share it, see if it'll help. So you're selling or promoting the strategy. You're not selling or promoting yourself, which is important. Okay. So that's stage 3, getting really consistent with content. Okay. Building a system, learning how to book calls in the DMs. Boom. Now, stage 4. What we're going to do in this stage is we're going to boost Instagram posts. Now, the reason we're doing this rather than going straight to ads or doing any sales funnels is we've already built, if we did stage 3, right, a predictable system. We've already got content that's going out every single day to nurture them. And we've already learned how to book calls in the DMs. So all we're going to do is just boost posts to add more fuel to that fire, essentially to feed the system, right? Once we know that it's working, let's feed it with more inputs, okay? More input. And what we found that works really well for this are carousel ads. The reason for this is you can make a lot of carousel ads. They provide a ton of value, and they're actually, they're not short form and they're not long form. They're actually medium form. And medium form converts really well because you're giving a lot of valuable information away. Wow, that's really helpful. Thank you. I'm going to pull up just an example of this real quick. Okay, so I just pulled up an example of mine. I've been running this thing since November, and it brings me in 20 to 50 followers a day. You heard that right, 20 to 50 followers a day. We spend about $30 a day on it. But here's my carousel. Here's my marketing strategy that generates 100K a month for my coaching program. So who's gonna look at this? People who wanna make 100K a month for their coaching program. And then I just go through the 4 things that I do. I post on Instagram, I post on YouTube, I send 2 emails, I spend this amount on ads. And then a little bit more context. I did this. We went from 30K a month to 100K a month. Want to know what we're going to do next year? Same thing. If you want daily tips on how to grow a online health coaching program, follow me. Okay. And then this is linked to my account. Very, very, very simple ad. And you can already see it. I mean, it does extremely well. It gets me social proof. It gets me new followers every day. And it just feeds the system that I already have up here of creating content, right? So how you're going to do this real quick. I have another video that's going to be somewhere linked above. My team will link. And how we're going to set this up, you can click there. But here's just some general guidelines of it is we want to boost it by $10 to $20 a day, that carousel ad. And we're going to optimize it for profile views. What that's going to do is it's going to increase the chances that someone's going to follow our account. When this happens, we should get 20 to 30 new followers a day at $10 to $20 a day of spend. All the new followers that come in, you're going to DM them, okay? And the KPIs that we're looking for to know is this working or successful are the following. My cost per call, is it $100? or less. Cost per message sent, $2 to $3. So real quick, I want to just announce or just clarify this. It says DM all new followers, but really we're going to only DM people that are real accounts. Like you're going to get some bots accounts. You're going to get some people who are just not good fits, people who are from foreign countries. So what we're looking for is about 30-ish% of the people that do follow you are going to be ideal clients. Sometimes 50, but I'd say 30% on the at scale, 30%. Okay. So if that's the case, you might be getting followers for $1, but the cost per message sent is $3. That's okay. Okay. So we're kind of working backwards from cost per follow, 100, cost per message sent, $2 to $3. Honestly, it's probably $2 to $4. Cost per follower, $1 to $2, and cost per profile view, 25 cents. Okay. That's it. And if this thing works, just keep spending. Don't turn it off. I have not turned mine off since November. It's April now, and it's still booking calls every day at just $30 a day I spend. So very simple to set up. Now, last stage of this is to set up a CRM. Okay. CRMs are going to help you with follow-up of leads so that no one falls through the cracks. So we use Go High Level for this. I will pull this up in just a second to show it to you. There's also a CRM inside of Meta Business Suite that you can also set up. I like Go High Level better because it's also integrated with our calendar, our bookings, our text message automations, our funnels. So it's all there. I really like that. And I think that that's the most scalable option long-term. But in the meantime, you can use Meta Business Suite, or you can even use a simple Google Sheet. Okay. Like I said here, this alone will double your bookings because no one's going to fall through the cracks. Okay, no one's going to fall through the cracks. This is going to be a really simple way for you just to be on it. Okay, so let me show you really quick our CRM. Okay, so here's my CRM. This is inside of Go High Level. We give this to all of our clients as a white labeled version, but you'll see over here, this is my messenger pipeline. So anybody that messages me back on Instagram automatically gets populated here, okay? Automatically. So we'll send the initial message on Instagram, and then we'll come over here to our messenger pipeline and send all follow-ups, okay? So inside of here, immediately when they respond, they get put in here. And then what our job is, if we have a team that does this, I have 2 VAs that do this now, is we're gonna move them, if they're a good lead, to prospecting. Okay, prospecting means I'm going to ask them those questions in the DMs of goals, struggles, what they're doing, all that fun stuff. And then once we get to the point where we offer them a call to help them, we'll put them in here. So we always ask permission for it first. And once they say, yep, send it, we then move them over to booking link sent. Okay, and then we follow up with those people. If they've had a call offered or a link sent, we'll follow up 2 or 3 times in a day, just so we can get that thing scheduled on the books. And then the last category I have over here is follow-up. So this is for people who said, hey, I'm interested, but I can't do it this week, I'm traveling. So we'll just put those people in follow-up. Sometimes we'll say, hey, can you reach out in a month? And we'll do that. But this way, no leads or no followers or none of that falls through the cracks. I've definitely tried to do it myself just on Instagram before and try to keep things organized and totally failed. Okay. You want to have something clean just like this to set up and launch. Okay. So now we're back on the sheet. That's stage 4. Okay. Boosting posts. We're just going to drive traffic to what we already built above that's working. All right. Now, here gets the fun part, right? So this strategy alone, boosting posts, this will get you your next 10 to 20 clients. This should get you to $10,000 to $20,000 a month. You don't need anything else to do that. 10 to 20K a month, just boost these posts and create good content, okay? Now, to scale beyond that, to scale beyond the 10 to 20K a month, to get to where we are, where we just did 120K a month, which is what I talked about at the start of the video, we run Instagram ads. Okay, these are not boosted posts. Boosted posts will give you more views to your profile. You can then message everybody, but that process of messaging everybody and having 1% or 2% of them book calls is exhausting. Okay, it's exhausting, and to be honest, it's really hard to scale. I know there's a few people that have done that successfully and have made 100, 200K a month doing that, but typically that's their business coaches selling like 10 to 30K offers. So of course they can sell and say, I did this with this offer, but I'll let you know that it's really challenging at scale because even with my volume, like I said, if we spend $30 a day and we get 50 followers a day, that's a lot of people to keep ongoing conversations with, even if you have a really good CRM software like I shared. I want higher intent people who actually want what I have. Right? And the only way I can do that is by being more direct with my ads versus follow me for free tips. Follow me for free tips has no intent. There's no purchase intent. I have to work them for them to show me they have purchase intent. Versus these ads, which I'm about to share with you now, are more direct. Okay. They're more direct, and people who are reaching out are telling you, I have a problem with this thing and I want help with it. Okay. We want to move towards that when we have more budget. This stage is the last stage because this is harder than all the things we've done in the past. This is harder than outreach. This is harder than creating content. It's harder than boosting posts. There's more tech, a little bit more tech involved here, okay? So let's continue to talk more about this. There's two types of ads you can run on Instagram. There is a direct ad and there is an indirect ad. A direct ad is something like, I'm looking for 5 busy moms who want to lose 20 pounds over the next 6 months, results guaranteed, okay? That's a very direct ad. The people who are going to reach out are those people that want that result in that time period and are very interested in learning more about you, okay? That's a very direct ad. The other option is an indirect ad. An example of an indirect ad is, here's a free training on how busy moms lose their first 20 pounds in just 6 months. That type of ad is going to get more clicks. It's going to get more leads, but they don't have the same level of intent as a direct ad. Every business should try both of them. When you're getting started, it's often recommended to start with the direct ads. And then as you progress, indirect works really well because you can start to educate the market on your specific solution. Okay, I could go off on this for a while. I just want to highlight it. Okay, so when you're getting started with messenger ads, you can pick either a very direct, I'm looking for this, or you can do the free training lead magnet style. Regardless of which you choose, I really like delivering the ads or delivering the resource or even just the information to learn more in Messenger, okay? The reason I like Messenger ads better is that they don't require a website. They don't require a landing page. You already have a system for booking calls in the DMs, so you're just going to do what you've been doing. It feeds that system. And it's way faster to launch and book calls with, okay? The more traditional drive traffic to a landing page or they opt in, phone number, email, and they book a call, that takes a lot more time to optimize. You should definitely do it, but it's gonna take more time to optimize, okay? So the KPIs for these ads up here that we talked about is gonna be, we want our cost per sales call to be about $150, okay? We want our cost per lead if we're doing a direct ad, hey, I'm looking for 5 or blah, 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 to be $15 to $20. For indirect ads, which are providing a free training, if you're in the B2C market, so you're helping like health, if you're a health coach, a life coach, something like that, your cost per lead should be like $5 to $10. Sometimes it can be less than that. If you're watching this and you're a business coach, multiply these numbers by 2. It's probably a good rule of thumb. Just multiply all this by 2. Yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, just a smaller market and a more sophisticated market too. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do here. And then finally, like I mentioned this earlier, it's like once you're spending more money, like you're spending $5K a month, it really would behoove you to transition to the traditional funnel. And the reason that I really like the traditional funnel is that it's more scalable, right? I don't have to talk to as many people and I don't need like an appointment setter, a messenger to make this work. They can just book themselves. So with this approach, we're letting our money work for us rather than our time, okay? Or people. Money and systems are more predictable and reliable than people, okay, if you have good systems. So we want to utilize those systems and allow more volume to come from them, okay? But that requires more money. So that's why we start with the boosted posts. It's very scrappy. You're gonna spend a ton of time in there. But once we've proven that, we'll then go to messenger ads. And even messenger ads, like I don't know if you guys caught this, but cost per call here is $150, but the cost per call for a boosted post is $100. The reason for this is that we're now having people who have higher intent coming to us and we have less people to sift through and filter through. So yeah, I'm happy to spend $50 more for a book call if I don't have to manage another person in my DMs to book these calls. So even with the free training, like the traditional sales funnel here, this cost per call might go up a little bit than the traditional messenger ad. But again, I'm using money instead of people. I still got to pay people, but I'm using money and systems to book calls versus people and just pure grit, okay? So it's okay if your cost per call goes up if you're not paying as many people and you can have more things that work by themselves, like automated. So that's the system. Those are the 5 steps. So if we walk through this again, stage 1 is self-discovery. Learn what the heck you're selling and get good at it. Okay, get good. Because if you're not good, don't charge anybody money for it. Number 2, outreach to your network. We're gonna do market research or do a beta launch. I say a beta launch to really get your first 5 or 10 clients. Once you've done that, you're then going to deliver daily content that provides a ton of value and connects people to your personal story. After that, we're going to boost Instagram posts to grow our audience, get more followers, DM all the new followers, be super scrappy, and book calls for $100 a call. Step 5 is once we've done that, we're then going to run Instagram ads, either direct or indirect, that's going to drive people to us who have higher intent, okay, who have higher intent. And from there, we're going to book calls, sign new clients, and continue to grow, okay? This same strategy is exactly what I've done every time that I launch a new business. I can't skip any of this. Honestly, why would I? I want to have $0 to acquire clients when I get started. The only way I can do that is by leveraging my network and creating content, right? Those things are free. They take time, but they're free. And then once I've done that, I can then boost my posts, get more traffic, do the same thing, and then set up more systems in the back end to really be able to scale and grow my coaching business. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys today. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe the channel. This allows me to create more content just like this to help coaches like yourself grow and scale their business. I don't hold anything back on these things. I mean, the same stuff that I'm sharing with you guys is just what I coach my clients on. So there's no paywall to get this information. I want this to be readily accessible, and it really helps if you like and subscribe to the channel to make that more possible. So that's all I got for today. Thank you guys so much for your attention and watching this. If you guys are looking for support in growing and scaling a coaching business, I will link our calendar below, and you can have a call with our team. We can walk you through the offers we have and how we help coaches launch and scale online coaching businesses to 6 and 7 figures. So if that's of interest to you, you can click that below, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys.